Welcome to OET Answers.
Your preparation time is over. You can now start your speaking role play. Don't worry if I stop you when the time is up.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Narso Marian, one of the nurses working in this clinic. How may I help you today?
Good morning, Narso. My daughter recently had a heavy nosebleed. I didn't really know what to do, so I would like to get some advice in case it happens again.
I'm sorry to hear that your daughter had a severe nosebleed. Definitely, I can help you in this situation. Well, before proceeding, how may I address you?
You can call me George Gale.
Okay, George. May I know your daughter's name and age, please?
Sure. Her name is Georgina, and she is 9 years old.
All right. For my better understanding, could you please explain in detail about Georgina's nosebleed?
It was a terrifying incident, nurse. There was a lot of blood. She bled about 5 milliliters, nearly a cup of blood. And it lasted about 10 minutes. I was completely lost. And what I did was I kept her on a seat and leaned back until the bleeding stopped.
That is a whole lot of blood. I can imagine how difficult it was for you and your daughter. Anyway, George, I would like to get some relevant details about her nose bleeding.
Well, nurse, my daughter hasn't had any nosebleeds or injuries to her nose before. This is the first time it happened, and I can't figure out any particular issues.
It's okay. George, what about her general health?
She's healthy, nurse, and she doesn't have any other problems.
That is good to hear. Is she taking any medication?
No, she is not taking any medication.
Thank you for your information. First of all, George, here in a panic situation, you make Georgina sit leaning back until the bleeding stops, which is highly risky. It is strictly recommended not to discipline back in such situations because there is a risk of choking on blood and causing suffocation.
Oh, my God, I was really unaware of this.
Yes, George, I can understand that. Now, I will explain some methods to stop nosebleeds. Instead of leaning back, you should make her lean forward with her head tilted to avoid the above-mentioned risk. Afterwards, you can pinch the nose above the nostrils for 2 minutes. In addition, you can apply an ice pack to the top of the nose.
Definitely, nurse. I will follow this advice if it happens again. The nosebleed was really heavy, so I got nervous and didn't know whether or not I should take her to the doctor.
It is pretty natural here in this situation. I can imagine the situation well. For your understanding, I can advise you when medical attention is needed in such a situation. If the duration of bleeding is longer than minutes, or if there is excessive blood loss, it is an emergency that requires medical attention. Moreover, visit the doctor for nosebleeds following trauma, and if the nosebleeds are persistent, seek medical attention.
All righters. I will pay attention to such situations.
Beyond this, let me give some information about nosebleeds in children. There is a chance for regular occurrence in 10% of children aged between 2 years, which is usually caused by picking or blowing the nose too hard. Also, the dryness in the nose can cause bleeding.
Actually, Nurse Georgina said her nose feels sore and dry. So maybe that caused the nosebleed. Isn't it?
Yes, George. Probably, that will be the reason behind your daughter's nosebleed. If that is the case, I can suggest some remedies to try.
That will be of great help. Nurse.
Alright. Try the use of the silly nasal spray. It will help reduce dryness, irritation, soreness, etc. Mostly, this will help to avoid the further occurrence of nosebleeds if those are the reasons.
Thank you for such a great explanation. I feel much better prepared to deal with a nosebleed. Indeed, I will get a nasal spray for my daughter.
Good to hear that. And thank you for your kind words, George. I always feel free to ask further queries. I wish your daughter a healthy life ahead.
Thank you. That is the end of your only speaking roleplay. All the best.
Thank you.